going on? We're live, right? Are we live?
We are live.
All right.
Let's all chill.
Let's all chill. That's right. What is going on? So, this week we're doing a little thing different. The news is like a little on hold. We'll be back with your regular news program. It's just that,
See your face.
yeah, we get to see my face. We're actually live in the studio room. You know, we did little changes in here. We haven't filmed in the studio room. Part of it is we're still working on an editing computer. So we still need to get an editing computer out there. But yeah, I do want to address a few news items that Mike and we might or might not get into next week. That is I think is what's really cool. The original Ninja Turtles cartoon, Honor and I, we talked about it last week, or 2 weeks ago, actually, now I think about it. It is now airing on Nicktoons. It is now streaming on Pluto TV's Totally Turtles channel, which if you don't have Pluto TV, guess what? It's completely free, and it is really cool, because they just keep airing, right now, it's the same, 3-hour block of episodes, but it's pretty cool because they're doing the original show, in which I feel like that's the good one, to watch regularly, because
It's a very good feeling. The last time we turned on the TV and it was on, I was like, oh.
yeah, I do want to remind people, this is the first time Ninja Turtles has been on U.S. broadcast since the 90s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Finally happened.
Finally happened, yeah. The other thing I want to also address is that the original movies are now on Paramount Plus. The original trilogy and the 2007 CGI movie. I guess they worked out. I guess Paramount worked out something with Warner Brothers, and they got them on there. I think the only thing that's missing now on Paramount Plus is the Batman Ninja Turtle movie, the animated one that came out a few years ago, and the original series, which we know is coming because it's that was their big thing. So, I thought that was pretty cool. I like that there's now one app there where you can watch everything. Almost everything, I should say. But,
It's the best time to be a Ninja Turtle fan.
it is definitely a best time to be a Ninja Turtle fan because, well, obviously all this Ninja Turtle hype is going on because finally tomorrow, the new movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem will be in theaters. And it's kind of weird for me to say that because
You already watched it.
I've already watched it. And actually, I think almost all my friends have already seen it. Because, if they didn't, I think everyone I knew, went and tried to invite me out today. And they'd be like, hey, let's watch a Ninja Turtle movie. And I was like, I've seen it, guys.
You already have the shell shock icy.
Yeah, I had the shell shocked icy. Yes. Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is kind of not really review, more of a non-spoiler Q&A about the movie, basically how I feel, what to expect from the movie, and because Anna still has not seen it, she's gonna watch it very soon. She actually told me when I went to go see the media press event, but she actually told me to go by myself because.
And we're not spoiling anything.
Yeah, we're not spoiling anything. So, and feel free to on the chat to ask any questions. And again, if you're on the chat, no spoilers or anything.
Robert is here.
Hey, what's going on, Robert? How's it going? Yeah, so Robert, if you have any questions about the movie, feel free and chat about it. Ask away. So, Anna, I know you have some questions. Again, I want to stress this. We're not going to go to any spoilers. So if you're in the chat, please don't post any spoilers as well if you already seen the movie. So
can I start my question?
yeah, go ahead and start your question.
Okay, so I want to start first a general question, how was your overall energy when you came out of the like movie theater?
Oh my gosh! So the energy coming out, oh, that was a great energy. So, like I said, I went to go see the media press event, and here in Atlanta, and what I was not expecting, because if you remember, we went to the one for Out of the Shadows, and if you remember, that was like almost empty,
Yeah.
and there was like no real excitement that went with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this time around, like I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe because this is like more kid friendly, kid focused. Also, it's not a sequel to a movie that a lot of people didn't like. That like I mean, there was a lot of people that were in like Ninja Turtle like clothes. Like I mean, of course, I had a Ninja Turtle shirt on. Not this one, but I had another one on. You know, there's people that had like Mutant Mayhem T-shirts on it, and it was for like adult sizes, and I was like, yeah. I really wanted to ask them, hey, where'd you get that shirt? Because like right now, like if you go to Walmart and Target and like basically like they have a bunch of like Ninja Turtle apparel out there. I had Mutant Mayhem socks. Now, granted, these socks were actually meant for boys, but thankfully my feet are not that big, so I was able to wear it really comfortable. But I mean, when the movie ended, I mean, everyone applaud and everything. I mean, we did have Paramount reps over there, so at least there were like people like to like to understand. But like, I mean, it was such a really cool like energy in there, because it was a lot of people that were not forced to watch it for whatever press event they were there for. They were like generally people that are excited for it, people who brought their children, people who brought their friends. They're all like big Ninja Turtle fans, and at the end, like everyone was completely excited, and like they clapped, they cheered. I mean, the energy was so amazing that like I mean it was really cool. Like I can't even like honestly. I cannot think of a single Ninja Turtle movie I went to that had like this kind of energy. The closest one was when I went to go see the 2007 movie, and someone shouted "Cowabunga" right before the movie came on, and like but that was it. But this one was like, I mean, this is like the most energy I ever saw coming out of the movie theater.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, speaking about like the kids and everything, so how do you feel like like this movie was designed for which audience? Was it for like your age? Was it for kids? And also, I mean,
Okay.
the other question.
Yeah. A lot of people want to compare this with Into the Spider-Verse. I know that. I'm gonna say this. I compare this to The Incredibles. Like it's because like it's a movie about family, and to keep it like with family, and that's what like I thought it was like really cool about. Also, also a lot of like the Mitchells versus the Machines, but that's also because you can definitely tell if you guys don't know the director Jeff Rowe, he also wrote that movie as well. So you see the signature style over there. It's like now what I liked about it. This was not dumbed down for kids. Like, because like I think a lot of people were expecting it because like it's a Nickelodeon movie. It's rated PG. It's animated. And like Spider-Verse showed us that you could have an animated PG movie and it be amazing, and like that anyone can enjoy. I felt like this one is anyone can enjoy. The one thing I was really surprised about, there's actual foul language in it. I mean, it's a PG movie, so it's not out of the norm. It's just like when Superfly comes in, like he comes in like his, and if you guys don't know, his like the main villain. When he comes in, I feel like he breaks that like cursing mold. He like because he goes in, he says like he says like like one curse word, and just to let you guys know, it's not like a big, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's a PG movie. Like, you know, nothing worse than what you heard from the first movie or the second Incredibles movie. But like when he, like, as soon as he says it, I feel like I was like, oh, we broke the mold. Okay, now everyone can curse, and it was just like weird. Like it was just like, oh, like it was like, oh, it's this kind of movie, and then like they're like, yeah, it is. Beep beep, yeah. I mean, to be honest, there's only two words I said, and those two words, like, you can hear on like primetime television. It's not like, you know, I wouldn't say like, oh my god, like, don't take your kids to it, like, you know, or anything like that. It's just that it caught me off guard. I will say, like.
So, like you said that it wasn't dumbed down for the kids. What's the movie like? Did they have like jokes or scenes or some hidden Easter eggs for the people like you that they grew up with Ninja Turtles and they ate like all the details about them? That like your generation will just understand it.
You know, surprisingly, like going into this movie, I was expecting it to be like the Mario movie, because in the Mario movie, like, you know, there were like every scene there was references. Like, you know, it was like if you ever touch a Nintendo controller, there was like oh, we got references, we got a reference, reference here, reference there, reference there. This movie does have references. This, like, you know. It pays a good reference to both Peter Layard and Kevin Eastman. They're not hard to find. They're not like, you know, when you see it, you're like, oh, haha, I see that. And, you know, for you Go Ninja Go fans, you know, they did, like, you know, it like, I felt like the Out of the Shadows, that movie had like a perfect opportunity to play that song, and then but they didn't, and this one was like, no, we're doing this song. Other than that, there wasn't like, there wasn't that much. I was so surprised there wasn't that much references, and to me, it kind of showed that this movie was like, it felt like they could like stand on their own, and they didn't need to like have that crutch of, oh, hey guys, remember this, and which I really appreciated. So they're there, and like, I mean, the one I was actually kind of really surprised about is there's a part where the turtles, they get shocked and you get to see like their skeletons, and like you know how you watch cartoons when they get shocked, like you see the skeletons come out. Yeah, it's like one of those things. And I was really expecting, like, you know, I meant to bring it down from the wall, but that's too far for me. But Anna, you can probably see the figure from here.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, I was expecting like one of the turtles to do like that for a frame, and they don't. It was like a perfect opportunity to do it, but I was surprised that that like it would have been something simple for them to do, but I really think just like in the long run, I think they were just trying to make this their own. Oh, you know what? I mean, I know this is probably not a reference to anything, but I did chuckle to myself because there is like a cardboard cutout of Chris Evans, and if you guys don't know, Chris Evans did the voice of Casey Jones in the 2007 movie. But I don't think that was them trying to make a reference to that. They were just trying to make. They were trying to make fun of that scene itself. That was just them making fun of the fact of like, they're like, oh hey, which one's your favorite Chris? Yeah, that kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So, how was the rhythm of the movie? Like, was it like a Spider-Man like doof, 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 like very like fast rhythm, or you had like
a lot of breathing room. Lot of breathing room. What worked best about the movie, because like there's a lot of action scenes into this movie. A lot of action scenes, like I mean, to be honest, the action scenes, I would say they're like PG rated, but like nothing like oh my god, like, you know, that's too much for the kids or anything like that. But I think what actually shined was we had just a lot of just comedic scenes, and it was the turtles just being brothers. And I mean, if you heard me before, my favorite aspect of the Ninja Turtles is the brotherhood, and they joke around like they are four 15-year-olds joking around. I mean, it is really if if you remember your days going to school and just do it's saying some of the dumb stuff to your other friends. That's what they do throughout the movie, and that was the part that really shined. And yeah, and so there was just plenty of that to just whenever there's not an action scene, they have those kind of scenes, which it kind of I was oh, okay, just made me I never felt bored in the movie at all.
So cool.
Yeah.
So it's one of those movies that you come out with a smile.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. I definitely came out with a smile. Now I will say, I did get emotional. There's one part at the end that kind of got me in the emotions, and that's just because, I mean, one, how much I love Ninja Turtles. Two, it's just a brotherhood kind of thing. But I don't it's not Pixar level up, up scene where it's gonna make you cry, and if you don't cry, you're a monster. But I felt, I was because I was more of me yeah, I want to cheer these guys on, and everything. I'll be honest, nowhere near as emotional as I got at the new Spider-Man movie Across the Spider-Verse. But there's one point towards the end. I actually really it was like a character development moment. I really liked. I thought some people I think might think it's cheesy. I am a sucker for those kind of stuff. So I mean, I liked it. And if you've seen the movie, it's kind of comparable to the Spider-Man scene at the end. So hopefully that for you guys who've seen it, or gonna watch, or if you go back and watch this, you might be able to figure out which part I'm talking about.
So, speaking about the characters, how do you think what did they do a good job about shining the character of each turtles, and also how's the overall characters in the movie? Was there anyone that you expecting you didn't see, or was there a new character or something?
That is to be honest, a great question. Because I'm gonna say, characters wise, they going into the movie, I had a big fear, and they did not squash the fear. And and this is probably my only negative part about the movie. So first, let's get to positive. The turtles are fantastic. You really feel the characters of the turtles. Even Splinter, in this movie, Splinter teaches the turtles to that they have to fear the humans, and that's why they're in hiding. And I felt and they portrayed that really well, and you feel why he feels that way, why he's trying to protect the turtles and everything, and which I thought they did that excellent. Where I think they kind of dropped the ball was so we have the new villain in this movie, Superfly, and they did a great job on who he is, what his motivation is. I thought he was great. Now, however, if you seen, I call it the Love Actually credits, where at the end of the trailer they put a bunch of stars that who was oh, starring this person, and I was man, I don't think in all these mutants, and they have a bunch of toys for these mutants too. I was man, I don't think they have enough time for some of these guys. 100% did not have enough time for some of these guys. the other mutants, like other than the Turtles, Superfly, and Splinter, the other mutants are like hardly there. And that was, to me, that was my big disappointment. Going in, I was afraid this was gonna happen, and unfortunately, that's what happened. It was just like, so even like Rocksteady and Bebop, like I'm here expecting, like, especially Bebop's the voice, his, like, his voice is Seth Rogen, who's actually the producer, and he even has writing credits for this movie. So I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure he'll put like some emphasis on this character, since he's doing it. Not really. Like Bebop and Rocksteady, they're just there. They do stuff. Like, we don't really get like any kind of backstory on them. There's another mutant that they did not advertise on there. That like I didn't pay attention to the credits too much, but like maybe they showed this mutant before, but like so that was a surprise to me. I was like, oh wow, I didn't know. I was expecting this person to be there. It's obviously a character from both the cartoons and the action figures and comics and that kind of stuff. But then we got like other ones like Ray Fillet. We just know he likes to sing. He kind of, and it like he kind of goes. Genghis, like, he shows up at one point, and I forgot he was in the movie. And like he doesn't do anything that's like, oh yeah, that, like, he's just, and that's like, I felt like a bunch of those mutants were, because like, the Turtles, they meet them all and they're like, hey, what's going on? And then like they just kind of they're there to do their things, and then and not just them, also Baxter Stockman and this new character, Cynthia Utrom. At the beginning, you think like these two are going to be like the two most important characters. They're really focused, like, because they have like they're really focused on them. And there's this like other guy, like the one of like the enforcers. Like, you think he's gonna be a person. He's only in that one scene. And then like that's like the beginning scene's the only scene with Baxter Stockman, and then like Cynthia Utrom, she shows up then and there, but doesn't, but like we don't like really know what she is. Like we don't like we kind of like know what her motivation is, but it just doesn't. But I will say she's voiced by one of my favorite comedians, which is Maya Rudolph, and I thought she did an excellent job voicing her. She has a good amount of lines, but like it is like it like she shows up and you're like, oh yeah, I remember her, and then she steps back. Like, yeah.
Okay, so now you kind of like move to what I wanted to ask. Give us more about how did you feel about the music, the sound designing, the voice acting.
So first, the music is like fantastic. The score of this movie, I absolutely love the score of this movie. It's done by Trent Reznor, and I'm already forgetting the other guy from Nine Inch Nails. It is a great score. They do play like a lot of licensed music. You'll hear a Four Blondes song. I already mentioned about Vanilla Ice. It's like not so distracting like in Mario Brothers, where they kept going with those songs, but you will hear those songs. But overall the soundtrack is just amazing for this movie. Like the actual like score, voice acting. I love the fact that we got teenagers to voice Turtles. And we talked about this in Turtle Recall. How many times have we said like, they're teenagers, but they sound like they're about to be in their 30s. Yeah. So like we actually have teenagers acting like teenagers, and like and now as an adult, like I feel like I can't relate to them anymore, because they're actually talking in referencing stuff that I really have no idea. Like I mean, maybe like 10 years from now I will because our son
Yeah.
will be on. But by the time he's probably gonna be like, oh man, that was so 2020, Dad. Where have you been? But like but like they really act like teenagers, and it like I did not realize how much we needed teenagers like as voices of the actual turtles until I saw this movie.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like, um, I don't know how to explain, but I think you're right. I think just bringing the real teenagers is like, because the show has to be live. You can't live in like 30 years ago. Or
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny too because when I was first watching the movie, and like Donatello's voice was the only one I was like, it took me a while because I was like Donatello sounds like he's 9, and then but then like you know after about 30 minutes I got used to the voice. I was like no I can accept this voice. And then when I actually saw like the voice actor, and then like that was his like natural speaking voice, like now like when I go for a second time I know I'm gonna have a more of appreciation. And it is also, it's been a long time since I've been 15. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure maybe when I was 15, I was probably, to be honest, I was probably sounding like Donatello because, like, you know, my voice was pretty light. Yeah. So, like, it's things like people don't realize.
Yes.
Yeah. And like, you know, so, like, you know, I'm just gonna say this. If you're like, oh man, I really wanted, you know, like Barry Gordon or Rob Perlson doing the those voices and everything. I mean, like step back and like really like listen to what teenagers, and then like you know, like it is kind of like I'm really glad that we cast the teenagers in like teenage roles. My I had this like question going in. Because Jackie Chan does the voice of Splinter, and Splinter, like you know, has like in most stories has been Japanese, and so I was kind of like, and Jackie Chan really, I know for a lot of people it's not they don't hear the difference between like Chinese and Japanese because like it's two Asian accents, but to me when I hear Jackie Chan, I hear Chinese, like really like that strong Chinese thing. And like so I was kind of like, but so like going in I was kind of like a little questioning about his choice, and then after the movie I'm gonna say I'm questioning it even more because this movie has no reference to Humada Yoshi. Splinter, he specifically says he is from New York, so like I mean, and maybe a sequel movie will go and like explain it, but I was kind of like, wait, how did he get an accent? Like you know, and then also the other thing with this is Leatherhead. Rose Byrne goes full Australian accent, and she is like full Australian in this movie, and I'm kind of like, how did Leatherhead get Australian? Because at the beginning we saw Baxter Stockman, he had the mutants, and like he was in New York. But like those are just like questions, but they're just nitpicks. But like to be honest, like it's not that big of a deal. But it is kind of like that's just me. Like you know, it didn't hurt the movie. It was just more of like I'm thinking too much. That's what it is.
So we have a few people live.
A lot of people. What's going on, live people?
Yeah, I just want to apologize if I'm not very active on the chat. It's hard for me
to type in, like talk to me.
Multitasking, yeah, concentrating. But I just want to tell them that if any of you have any question that you wanna just ask live, I will ask it.
Yeah. If you have any questions about the movie, whether you've seen it or not, if you've seen it, no spoilers, please. Just don't put spoilers. But we're not going to talk about any spoilers here. But yeah, if you have any questions, like what I think, or if you haven't seen the movie, what you want to know going in, let me definitely type it in there. Let us know.
Yeah. So so you talked about the voice acting, and so my other question is like, I know you kind of have like your own strategy, like in which toy you want to get from this Mutant Mayhem,
Yeah.
like, and which one you want to get now, which one you want to wait, all this stuff.
I
Is
like this
there
question.
is there any? I want to see if the movie affected like your brain, how you want to like change it. Like, okay, I really want to get this now.
Splinter was a must after I saw this movie. After I saw the movie, I was like, oh man, I was like, oh, I got to get Splinter now. I to be honest, like before I was ready to get Rocksteady and Bebop because I like them a lot but after the movie like I mean I still want to get them, trust me, I plan on getting them, but those two I'm like, oh, I can definitely wait on them now. uh uh like um there was like motorcycles they for the toys. Neither motorcycle was in the movie, so like those are like now. Oh, let me skip that.
Oh.
Yeah. I did. Um, I did buy the 4 pack Walmart exclusive of the turtles, like in their disguise and everything. That also was not in the movie. So but I already bought it, so like I was gonna buy it anyway. But it is like if I saw the movie first, I'll put it. Oh, let me. I could wait on that. Um, but uh, one one I will say I really want, and they have not showed this. I can't even think if they showed this officially or not. But it's the one mutant that was not announced in their cast. That one I kind of want to get, and if you've seen the movie, the way it ends, that's kind of what I want to. That's why I want to get it because it's really funny. And it was like it came out of left field, and like I said, I don't want to spoil anything about it. But like it was just like, um, but like honestly, like I mean, I knew going in Superfly was going to be the big one. Like Superfly definitely needs to be in my collection. It's just like the other mutants. It's almost like how I felt about the 13 monsters from the 2007 movie. I was like, oh, they're there. They look cool. They do some action, but um, they weren't that like prominent. That like if I miss them, I wouldn't be sad about it.
So, I mean, this is my. I know all of this was my question, but this is my question from my heart.
Your question from your heart. I love your question from your heart.
Do you think this? Do you think is there any chance that they might make the art book for this movie the same way they did it for the Spider-Man? Do you think?
Oh man, they really need to make an art book for this movie. As I said, like a lot of people were comparing this to Spider Verse. This one has a lot. Like this is a very unique feel than what Spider Verse is. Like I felt like this is like, I mean, people like want to compare it to Spider Verse because they have nothing else to compare it to. But it's its own thing, and like what I love about the art, and I appreciated more when I started watching the behind the scenes. And like to be honest, I didn't watch any behind the scenes until after I saw the movie because I wanted to go in the movie fresh as possible. But like everything is misshapen, not symmetrical, and everything, and it's supposed to be because it's like teenager doodles on a notebook kind of thing, and like. And it like I know I have not gone for my second viewing yet, but when I go for my second viewing, I'm really gonna pay attention now, because like because like everything's like misshapen and everything. I mean, and the big proponent of that is Bebop. Bebop. I mean, not Bebop. Rocksteady. I'm sorry. I'm mistaken too. Rocksteady. Like they just like he looks like so off, but like just knowing with that fact now, like I kind of want to see it more. And I mean, I really, I mean, I'm really hoping that the animation style of this movie gets really popular enough that like that Paramount does be like, oh hey, let's commission an art book for it, because it'd be an injustice if there's not an art book for this, to be honest, because this is like, I mean, I can see movies in the future copying this, and I'm hoping like in the future, like like what, like like I don't know, next SpongeBob movie or something like that. They're like, man, they made it look like the Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie or something like that. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. Like I really hope that we get an art book.
Okay, so I have another question. I just repeat again. If people have questions better than my question, please. Uh,
Your questions are awesome. I first like everyone in the chat, please let Anna know that she has asked like some amazing questions.
Thank you. So this question, if you think that it might spoil anything, you can just say that I'll skip it. I'm kind of curious, like, was there like time traveling in the movie? Because that's what usually happens in the Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtle movie, there's no time travel. Like we get
like, by time travel I mean like switching between times.
Switching between times. Okay, that's a better question. Yes, at the beginning, we see, like Baxter Stockman, and then like basically without spoiling anything, at the end of the scene, an ooze canister drops into sewer, and then we get 15 years later, kind of thing. And then also, like, because also when we get introduced to the turtles, I mean, which this was smart. We get introduced to the turtles. They're like their teenage years and everything, and then later in the movie, Splinter will go and like talk about their past. So we like if you guys haven't seen, there's like like freaking toddler turtles, and like the baby turtle figures, like there's even baby turtles that come with like the Ninja Turtle figures. So those like make an appearance. It's just like and like I think they smartly put where they like that little flashback scene, and like so. But yeah, we get that. So, and like like I said, part of the movie is that Splinter's like teaching the turtles to fear the humans, and that's part of it is like his telling to him why they should fear the humans.
Okay, nice. So is there anything else that you want to add yourself? I mean, you can say about your personal experience in that movie theater, like what did you get, a popcorn, what do you got, like,
man, let me tell you something. The AMC theater did not have a popcorn bucket, and as soon as I get like home and I check, like I think it was like the Ninja Turtles Twitter was like, oh hey look, or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Ninja Turtles Twitter, it was like the freaking like AMC email, like they're like, oh hey, see Mutant Mayhem and get this limited edition popcorn bucket that's like like in select stores, like or select theaters. They didn't have
green popcorn.
no, they didn't have green popcorn. So my AMC theater that this media event was played at, the only thing they had was the Shell Shock Icy, which the Shell Shock Icy is just like, I went there and asked, I was like, oh yeah, I want the Ninja Turtle Icy, and they're like, oh, like first it's like self-serve, like like that was something like I wasn't expecting, but it's just green apple icy, and then like they gave me like these pop rocks, and like and then like on the thing, it actually on the little advertising thing, it showed you can put those pop rocks in soda too. Like if you want to put it like in Mountain Dew, it'll change Mountain Dew to green. I should say mellow yellow, because it is a Coke theater. Like, well, Coca-Cola. Hold on. Yeah. And the other thing they had was they had like pins, and it was like heart pins, and it was like to donate to charity. But I didn't see that till like after I bought my stuff, and I didn't want to stand in line again. So.
Was it Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, it was like a Ninja Turtle pin. It was a heart pin, like like, and they had like they had it in 4 different colors.
Oh, so I saw Colin was talking about the pins that he got the 4 of those heart pins. So that's what I thought that he I
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like when we go see it, we're gonna because those are in all the theaters. I found out.
oh.
So yeah, and because like I think it's Colin, you can like correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they are $3 each, and it goes into charity, or maybe they're more than $3, but $3 goes into charity if you get it, or something like that. But that is like one I'll probably get. I'll probably get those heart pins. I didn't know about it till after I made my purchase. If I knew about it, I would have like up then. But I know the theater. I know the theater that we're gonna go to, that we're gonna take our son to. The kids pack has like a little Ninja Turtle like lid, like a figure lid, like so they can like the cup, and then make it all cool and everything.
Okay. So if you don't have anything to add, I can give a suggestion to the director of the movie.
There's one thing I do want to add. One thing I really want to add, because like when we go see the movie, so at the end, first, like there is a like, not like a after end credit scene, but like after the main title credits. Because if you guys don't know, like when the movie ends, that like when they do like people like to call it mid credits, but like those are like those are the actual like credits. It's just that they like movies, they've been putting it at the end of the movie now, instead of like at the beginning, because those used to be at the beginning, but they're like, oh no, we'll give all the credit to all the people at the end of the movie now. That's the popular thing to do, because they want to jump into the movie. They want to basically get people to stay in their seats. But there is a scene after the credits, and the one part I just, because I swear they did it just before us, because like April complains to Leo, because like Leo's like filming, filming everything, and he's like filming the phone, and like and April's like, no, you have to put it in landscape. And how many times have I told you that?
That was cool.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, like the like because obviously this is Ninja Turtles. In like Ninja Turtles, we have to have a Channel 6 reference. So obviously there is a Channel 6 being broadcast in like like Times Square and everything. But the Channel 6 logo looks like the cartoon.
Oh.
Like the cartoon, like Channel 6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty neat.
I love it.
Yeah. I forgot about that reference too. Like I said, there's like references, but they don't like bombard you like they do in Mario.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like unless if anyone in the chat has any other questions. To be honest, like you have some really good questions, and we covered a lot of stuff without going into spoilers. I mean, because I know there's a lot of stuff to talk about spoiler wise, but
Colin said that he apparently the pins were for charity, but he got lucky, and the person who sold the ticket just gave a set for free to him.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hopefully that charity still got the money somehow. Like hopefully like when they did inventory, like the charity still got the charity, like because I'm glad Colin got the pins. I just don't want the and I'm not blaming Colin, because like the ticket person gave it to him, and I'll be honest, if someone came into me and was like, hey, here's some free stuff.
Probably was too handsome, dude.
Yeah. He was, yeah. Colin probably like slid him some like Rise of the Ninja Turtle stickers, and he was like, they're like, don't worry.
Now my suggestion, and then we ended.
Yeah, then we ended. Yeah.
So I was just thinking if they ever make him a movie, and I think it would be cool if somewhere in the movie, after we were introduced to turtles, and we know which one is which one, and we get used to their voice and everything, they kind of mess up intentionally and give us the wrong turtle talking.
You know what we do? Yes. Mutant Mayhem 2. We need a Rock Turtle talking. I'll come in and do that like announcement for you guys. All right, I'll just.
That would be awesome.
That'll be awesome. All right, thank you everyone who joined us for this stream and everything. So we had Robert and Colin. Do we have anyone else? I want to make sure I give it the shout outs.
Huh?
I said we had Robert and Colin. Was there anyone else who joined who typed in the chat?
Yeah, we had Anthony too.
Oh, Anthony. Oh, thank you. Hey.
Yes, he was giving the cowabunga to Brotherhood.
Oh, Cowabunga to Brotherhood. All right. Thank you guys so much. I and Mike will be back next week to do the news. You won't see the handsome face. We'll be like, behind our things and like, with the with like, stack images like you guys love it. But till next time, guys. See ya.